Hello, this is me, Zahra Jawad. I'm live on my mummy's page on Facebook. And so I've come to the Surah Rad. I guess I have to repeat myself that this surah, the first verse came in my dream when I was in Dubai long time ago, family apartment. And the first verse came to me, that this is the truth. So now they're telling me that they were plagiarized. They were pagan Arab idol worshippers. Some of it from there copied. So Rad means thunder. Nay, thunder repeateth his praises, and so do the angels with awe. He flingeth the loud-voiced thunderbolts, and therewith he striketh whomsoever he will. Yet those are the men who dare to dispute about Allah with the strength of his power supreme. So here it is thunder, right? Thunder is a radu. So this is thunder. And so the first verse, oops, I forgot to say which verse this is. Number 13. Surah Rad, verse 13. 13th chapter of the Quran and 13th verse. Thunder. And so this first verse came to me in my dream long time ago. I'll just go to the first verse. It says that, Alif Lam Mim Ra. These are the verses of the book. And what has been revealed to you from your Lord, is the truth. But most of the people do not believe. And it is the truth. So in my dream, it was like that this verse actually opened. The Quran is open to this verse. And I'm, okay, I don't remember, but I remember vaguely. I think it was open, and then I'm looking at it, and then it goes something like, out of focus or something. No, but I remember this, that it came to me that, and it is the truth. So maybe the Quran was open and I wasn't really, how the dreams are like. Maybe I wasn't quite looking at the whole verse or something like this. But it was, I knew it was from Surah Rad. And so I woke up and then I opened the Quran. So this verse in Surah Rad, and it. So these are the verses of the book. And what has been revealed to you from your Lord is the truth. And so it was speaking to me, like there was this voice that came that said that, and it is the truth. But here it is put, but most of the people do not believe. So this, I'm going to look at this like in this very thing. Very surah. Surah Rad is 33. Give us your, how to, give their names, right? So on one hand, whatever it's, the signs of Allah are these signs, thunder. So you would look at the signs, and it says you must look at the signs of Allah. So if the idol worshippers look at the signs, And these signs told them something about Allah. But those who break the covenant. So, the Quran says no. These idol worshippers are wrong. They have fabricated things, idols. So reaching Ayat 33, verse 33. Here it says, give. Already were other messengers ridiculed. So discovering is going to be slow again. Then is he who is a maintainer of every soul, knowing what it has earned, like any other, but to Allah they have attributed partners. Say, name them, or do you inform him of that which he knows not upon the earth, or of what is apparent of speech? Rather, what is apparent? Their own plan has been made attractive to those who disbelieve, and they have been averted from the way. And whomever Allah sends astray, there will be for him no guide. So name them. Idol worshippers. Name them. So the Shia say, when I was in London, I opened my Sunrise Radio. It's a Asian radio. जंगल पहाड़ समंदर कहते हैं करो अली 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 मुश्किल को मेरी हल करो मुश्किल कुशा अली सखी लाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त. So I recorded that, and I've lost that cassette. It's back in Karachi, and then I lost it. Maybe I recorded something on it. Sorry, excuse me. My back is hurting still. So hot water bottle. So name them. Say, name them. Now we'll be discovering what is coming to me is that Prophet Muhammad plagiarized. And what evidence do I have? And last night, I'll now speak about what happened last night was that I went to live stream Facebook, and I remembered I was looking at this verse. It's in Surah Ra'd, I think, also. Which one is? Now this one is a very long surah, so I'll have to go to the one where it says that Allah, maybe it's 17, where is it? And those who have this is not the one, but I just want to read this one. 43. No, there's no 170. And those who have disbelieved say, you are not a messenger. Say, O Muhammad, sufficient is Allah as witness between me and you, and the witness of whoever has knowledge of the scripture. So this time, who has according to Shia sources, it's Imam Ali who has the knowledge of the scriptures. So let's call Narayan and let's call Imam Ali, because Narayan, is the God witness. Hindu. Let's see. Name them. So here we have a clue that even the thunder, like I went into this video, YouTube, Dr. Pillai's, I I can't find it. The helper, she was in Singapore, and she was saying, what is Radha? Radha, the name. When you say Radha, you know what happens. So I can't find that video of that lady who was in this Dr. Pillai's foundation organization. Uh, so, anyways, so there's a clue here. Okay, so the thunder, the sign is that the thunder praises Allah. And in this surah, the verse thunder, I mean, it means thunder, Rad. Rad means thunder. And it also says that the thunder praises Allah. You know, and it's a kind of an inspiration and khawf, fear, both. So, okay, so last night what happened, I'll just cut myself for now about this. And so I found out about, I remembered in college I was St. Joseph's College, Karachi, 1990 perhaps. I was in this emptiness. I had found this great emptiness, nothing to own, nothing to be no one, nothing to own, nothing personal, not mine, nothing to have and to hold. And then I had this thing, this pull that I should love the principal, and I was having a friction, like no, I don't, no, to love or not to love. So I was in this something pulling me towards her, my principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, St. Joseph's College. So I remember I was in the second floor of my college, going to class, and I was having this dizzying friction thing. So I was like, no, I don't want to love her. It's enough now. One teacher I lost cost me a lot of pain and my years. No, no, I can't. And so no, there's no, love her. And so I was like, so there was this friction started, right? And I was feeling dizzy, like something. And I was also saying something is missing here, and God knows what. So I went in class, and then I came out maybe like a changed person. What like I couldn't find myself anymore. My old self that I was with Miss Dissa. Everything was changing, like I felt something was missing here. Everything changed then. The charm of life came back. But, I was a different person, enjoying life. And so last night with this ayat, so what I did was I realized sorry, I'm so terrible at this. I'm going back and forth like it. So, Surah, no. Am I not your Lord, Quran? So what happened is, I don't know what happened in class, the notes I was taking, and I think I found a solution to love unconditionally, to love Mrs. Munira Gulzar unconditionally. So then it naturally happened that I would just observe her, to love. And thank God that I was graced that I could now love someone. And I haven't used this this word, observe, non-judgmentally. So when I came across Jiddu Krishnamurti in year 2000, somewhere, I bought his books and I was buying his books and all in Karachi. It really hit me like, oh my God, like this observation. But I only concentrated on Mrs. Munira Gulzar. He doesn't talk like this about concentrating on one person. He's just, unconditional. Paying, what does he, unconditional love? So, observation without judgment. So in college in 1991, by then it had come to me that I should observe the principle. What this love does. It's amazing. So this kind of love, it doesn't possess. It doesn't want something. And so the real love was coming to me. And I, I knew it from before, but like people were saying, you love Miss Tissa for this, and you love, because your mother is emotionally maybe, lacking something, and all this analysis and psychotherapy and all this nonsense was going on in my life. So finally they made me, finally I told myself, oh my God, I don't love Miss Desai, and it's an emotional attachment. And one day it dawned on me, so I had to write to her a letter that, oh my God, how am I going to tell Miss Desai that I've been lying to myself and I lied to her. I didn't realize. How will she even believe me, right? I used to tell her that I love her and all this. So I was influenced by what people were saying to me. And one day, really, I started to believe what people were saying. And then it was very shocking that, oh my God, I lied to Miss Desai and I didn't have words to put. So I wrote in my diary, oh my God, it's just an emotional attachment. And I lied to that poor lady. And I was feeling guilty and all this. Anyhow. So so now you see this unconditional love, you just love. And then what I found Paulo Coelho's Alchemist, you just love without any reason. I mean, people always find reason, and what is this, and why do you love, and this and that. But I didn't love Miss Desha because, so discovering what true love is. Because something lacking in my mother, or she was like this, and there was a therapist analyzing all this. Excuse me. So. Yesterday, Allah asked, am I not your Lord? Yeah, so in college, that dizzying friction, heat, making me dizzy. Once I was in class, I wrote, maybe it was that day on the second floor, I'm not sure whether it was that day that I wrote unconditional love. So to love or not to love, friction started, and then I found a solution. Unconditional love. And then it came to me that I was graced, that this is true love. That you don't possess the person, you don't need the person. But that if they need you, see, there's no need in this. Love does not depend on need or things like this. Need has not created love. Love has created the need or whatever it is. But this need, you see, when the need goes, then, the need is Like I was in class, logic, first year, second year, I had logic. Third year, fourth year, I had philosophy. So it goes to philosophy, logic, then higher subject, philosophy. So in logic, it was like, you take this ice cream, your first bite on the ice cream, and then it lessens. That's a need, the desire, and then the need to have ice cream, like or if when you're very hungry, the first, what you take, the food, is it tastes very good, and you need that. But as you keep taking it, you keep eating the ice cream, then it gets lower, the desire. And then now you've had the whole thing, or second one, and finish. The need is gone. So what is that? Allah, my teacher's lecture was very good. I'm not a lecturer, I'm not a teacher, so that's why I'm not prepared. I don't know how to explain this. So anyways, you get the idea, right? But love, something great about love is that the more you love, the more it, grows. It seems as it's growing, like forever isn't long enough. And, with Mrs. Munira Gulzar, I didn't want to scare her, but when I used to go for the walks to their house, I had Michael Bolton's. I had the Walkman, so I used to listen to Michael Bolton's song. So it's a new love every time, and every time, just walking with you, I still feel inspired, just walking next to you and talking to you. It's a new love every time. You get more. It's like, so one day my therapist said that you are so greedy for love. Greedy. But this greed, yeah, like some people would call it a greed. So greedy. But this love, it fills you up. It fills you up. But at the same time, it's new. Every time it's new. Like you want more and more of this person. You can't get enough. So when I was describing this to my therapist once in a blue moon now, after in college I wasn't going to my therapist. So she said, "You're greedy." It just came out naturally. But you never get enough. But anyhow, before that, there was this contentment that, okay, unconditional love, I'll observe the principle. And you see what Muji Baba also says, if you trust this, if you now just take being, to be or not to be, so it would be unconditional being. So it's not you now. It's just being. It's not me, Zahra, my life, my name, I come from this family and my mother was this, and so people are giving me attention. Because, we know your mother, and how are you? And you are Nuzat's daughter, or you are. No. This being is unconditional. So, what we have lost, what we have gained, nothing to lose, nothing to gain, just being. Without the personality, what I am, what I have, what I've lost, what I've gained, what I've accumulated, what is the conditioning, where I'm from, nothing. So this being is unconditional. So last night when I was looking at the verse, Surah Araf, 172, verse 172. Oh, was I in? So why couldn't I find? Oh, I was in Surah Rad looking for this verse. Sorry, it's so here. It's very strange. It gives me Surah Araf and still, oh, it's loading. The page is loading and still on Surah Ar-Rad. Sorry, so this verse is not in Surah Rad, but Surah Araf, verse 172, and I've been looking. Now it's come on top, Araf, 172. And mention when your Lord took from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify of themselves. This would be better. Saying to them, am I not your Lord? They said, Bala, yes. We have testified. Bala. So someone in London came and was in the hostel now, and his girlfriend used to call him Bala. Bala, Bala. I remember outside our hostel, she was calling him, and so now now Paramahamsa Vishwananda from the Bhakti Marga looks like him, but dark, same height. He was slim then when we were younger, and even I have gained weight. And he was fair in London, but so sorry if you could hear the background sound. And mention when your Lord. So has there come? So now this Paramahamsa Vishwananda. So they're telling me all this, the discrepancies in the Quran. And so they're telling me that Prophet Muhammad, it's very, very painful. Just a minute. That he plagiarized from idol worshippers also. So remember the time, did I mention this in my video? Some Maulana Saab came to teach me the Quran, and when I came to reading Allah, I said, no, it's wrong here, because you said if this on the top like a W is written, then it shouldn't be a double L in written form, Allah. So why is it in double L written? And he said, you're right. And then this W on top is also there. So you said when the W on top is there, then it shouldn't be in written form double L. So, the Hindus have come. So he was a very honorable man. He didn't stick to, no, the Quran is right and you can't say this. No, he told me he accepted the mistake in the Quran about Allah, written Allah, and he said, if I find a reason for it, I will come back to teach you and to give you the reason why it is, why this mistake is there. And you're right, there's a mistake there. But if I do not find the reason for it, then I'll never come back. I won't come back to teach you the Quran in Arabic. He never came back. And I never learned the Quran in Arabic. But until this Allah and about this, I've forgotten now, but I know the W thing. I just don't remember the name, what you call it in Arabic. And when these lines, You go up the word like Allah, then you have that tak line there. What you call these shada and all that, right? Anyhow, this is the way I explain things is terrible. I apologize. So now we come to Surah Araf, verse 172, like I did last night on Facebook live stream. And I was thinking, like, what is this? Because then if we have, then they say, like, remember, mention when your Lord took from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify of themselves. So in form even we should not forget Allah. Like the form should have some evidence of Allah. But there's no evidence like that. You see, because like Imam Hassan said, that how can something be evidence to you, the creation. It's a creation. It depends on you for its creation. It depends on you for its creation. So how can that which depends on you for creation be evidence to you, your existence? It cannot. It can only be a sign, some sign leading, but how can that? Something to ponder over. So now we are told here in the Quran, and mention when your Lord took from the children of Adam. So trying to figure this out, from their loins. So like we have to look at the below the spinal cord. Maybe the Kundalini should something should here remind her. Here the loins. I don't know. I'm trying to work this out. Their descendants, and made them testify of themselves, saying to them, "Am I not your Lord?" So last night it was coming to me because I think I called on Kalki Avatar. So again I'm going to say Hare Kalki, Hare Kalki, Kalki Kalki, Hare Hare. Hare Kalki, Hare Kalki, Kalki Kalki, Hare Hare. Hare Kalki, Hare Kalki, Kalki Kalki, Hare Hare. So I went kind of weird. Descendants, and made them testify of themselves. You see, testifying, Lord, that who is the Lord? Saying to them, "Am I not your Lord?" They should say, "I am." And this "I am" is the greatest. Instead of saying yes, Bala. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. They said, "Yes, we have testified." This is a big it's like a witness testifying. Lest you should say on the day of resurrection, "Indeed, we were of this unaware." So when the messenger comes, he has to remind us. How have you forgotten? You had in this kind of, where were loins, in the loins, children of Adam, descendants, all from. So there's no past, forget the past. There's only the present and the future here. Present, now since he made them testify here and now is what we have. So you come to the now. So messengers coming and saying, and I feel something went wrong here. Sorry, I'm not talking big, but that logically it doesn't, it's not that messengers, okay, they may come and they may remind us. So I was wondering, how will they remind us? Now just take this verse in Surah Araf, and it could take a long time. We can contemplate on this. Some say concerning themselves. You see, they made concerning themselves meaning that they should know there is a Lord who cherisher, sustainer, who sustains and who cherishes you. Cherish the time we have, we should. So they said, yeah, we do testify. This is a very good verse, actually, but it hasn't come. It hasn't come from. Are you ready to listen? I don't have. No, the proof will come slowly, slowly. Sorry, Prophet Muhammad took some verses from the pagan Arab idol worshippers. So that's why very few can understand. And there's something wrong here. When the messenger came, he should have explained this verse properly. Maybe I should look into Al-Qafi Al-Kulaini about this verse. And I read it a long time ago. I should just refresh my memory. Am I not your Lord? They said yes. We have testified. So I was thinking someone who would this testimony is inside of us. This evidence is inside. So someone could just remind us where to look. You know, like the Hindus, they say now. They say now that we've learned, I've learned. Sorry, is there a message? Yeah, I think there was this vibration in one of my phones. I'm recording on the one I'm recording. Sorry about that. That was a message vibration. So, am I not your Lord? So this was explained by our imams in Al-Kafi, I think. I don't remember much of it. And another one is that the throne rests on water, God's throne, but we won't go there right now. So the Hindus, they tell us like how to breathe and how to meditate and how to have this kundalini here below the this here below the spinal cord, I think. This is where lies this testimony, right? And then when the kundalini comes up, then it reaches our top of the head, sarasra, whatever they call it, and then we realize I am. So material form is only a sign. So what has testified here in its rudimentary form? The soul. And we are told the soul's knowledge we have given you but little in the Quran. And nafs, the children from, no, it says the children of Adam from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify Allah over أنفسهم, nafs, over themselves, over their nafs. Could this be themselves, like over their, made them testify over their nafs? Fusihim is like themselves, nafs in am I not your Lord? So I'll take recourse to another book. Sorry, it's not sufficient. Like this lady has written, I found in London, Hands Across Time. So what is this Hands Across? This nafs, right? And how Hands Across Time. Soul, I've forgotten. Judy Hall. Judy Hall, Soul, the Soulmate Enigma. So you can read this reference more, you can find out. Uh, um, let me see if I can find something here. Just, hello, yeah, searching if the quote I can't find. The introduction of this book, first chapter, something like how these souls were divided. I think she gives something here. Oh, if I have this book, but it's in Karachi. For those who believe reincarnation, now we're jumping to reincarnation. But in the beginning, how she has drawn a whole diagram. How we were one souls, like we are told in the Quran, and then how the souls were divided. I'm not getting it here. I'll have to later on maybe search again. So back to the Quran, Surah Araf, Ayat 172. We will not allow to be lost reward of the reformers. And mention when we raised the mountain above them as if it was a dark cloud. I mean, this Sri Krishna did. It's in the Hindu scriptures about this. I mean, this is a Surah Araf, verse 171. So there's no note when we shook the mountain over them as if it had been a canopy and they thought it was going to fall on them. We said, hold firmly. When did this happen? Maybe I should go into the multilingual Quran. Sorry, I'm very bad at this. Now, back and forth. Anyways, I'm just skipping that to find out the Shia source, what it says underneath this. Because this mention when we raised the mountain, it's Sri Krishna had done this. Anyhow, maybe come back to it later, because I'll have to read the Shia sources, what in context, if there is a Shia source on this ayat 171 of Surah Araf. And mention when your Lord took from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify of themselves. Of themselves, some say of themselves. The verse, word by word, Quran says over themselves. So the nafs testify over themselves. Like there's something, for example, Paramahamsa Vishwananda says, there's what do you call it? There's a soul beyond this soul. There's this greatest being, soul beyond soul. What is it called? The oh, I get stuck, sorry. Am I not your Lord? They said yes. We have testified. Now who will? So the 173, the next verse, or lest you say it was only that our fathers associated others in worship with Allah before, and we were but descendants after them, then would you destroy us for what the falsifiers have done? Or lest you should say our fathers before us may have taken false gods, but we are their descendants after them. Wilt thou then destroy us because of the deeds of men who were futile? And thus do we explain in detail the verses, and perhaps they will return, and recite to them, O Muhammad, the news of him, to whom we gave knowledge of our signs, but he detached himself from them. So Satan pursued him, and he became of the deviators, gone astray. And if we had willed, we could have elevated him thereby, but he adhered instead to the earth. Oh my God, this is really scary. And followed his own desire. So his example is like that of the dog. If you chase him, he pants, or if you leave him, he still pants. That is the example of the people who denied our signs. We are dogs. So relate the stories. I sometimes feel quite scared, and I feel hesitant to. I don't understand these ayats. I don't have authority. Authority, the saying will come. How evil an example is that of the people who denied our signs. Signs, see, our signs, and used to wrong themselves. So let's suppose if the idol worshippers saw the sign. Whoever, oh wait, I will get you. Right. What is in the Rig Veda? No, what is Rig Veda or where? Thunder. Thunder is Hinduism. What is Indra? Indra, the Hindu god of thunder. Symbolism of cloud lightning. So this is Indra, right? Now what is in this thunder? Low battery, one of my... I might have to shut down on this live stream, Facebook live stream. Policies, people, many cultures have postulated a thunder god postulation, the personification or source of the forces of thunder and lightning. Okay, this is from Wikipedia I'm reading. Thank you, Wikipedia. The lightning god does not have a typical depiction and will vary based on the culture. In Indo-European cultures, the thunder god is frequently known as the chief of king of the gods. Indra in Hinduism, Zeus in Greek mythology, and Perun or Piron in ancient Slavic religion, thunder gods. Trying to find Hindu. So nothing more on Wikipedia. So like that, thunder god in Hinduism symbolism. Upanishads. Brihadar Yanyaka Upanishads or Upanishads under thunder. Under thunder represents the heavenly voice of Brahma and utters da, da, and da, reminding the gods, humans, and demons to practice. Where does it come from? Okay, this is the voice of Brahma, symbolism of the cloud. Where am I now? Which website is this? HinduWebsite.com. Thank you, HinduWebsite.com. Megham is the clouds are symbolically. Sorry about my mispronunciation. Clouds. Indra is the lord of the skies, who flashes his weapon, the lightning, standing amidst dark water bearing clouds. According to the legends, he released the rain held in captive by Vritta, the demon of dark clouds. The clouds represent the mental turbulence that often clogs the minds of humans. In Hindu spirituality, clouds represent the impurities that cover intelligence, buddhi, and delude beings, just as they cover the sun and the moon and prevent their light reaching the earth. The impurities cover the intelligence and prevent its light reaching the mind. Now, what clouds also symbolize the transient life and the phenomenal world. So I'll have to read all this. It's a lot. Yoga Sutras 4, Chapter 4, verse 29, or Chapter 4, verse 29. The high state of self-absorption is called Dharma Megha Samadhi, meaning the state of self-absorption, in which consciousness acts like a cloud that rains virtue and righteousness, dharma, and frees the mind from all turbulence and afflictions. Oh, now we come to thunder. The sound of thunder, megha, or megha, garjana, garaj, garjana, symbolically represents the power and the voice of, God, Deva Garjana. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, thunder represents the heavenly voice of Brahma and utters da, da, and da, reminding the gods, humans, and demons to practice restraint, dhamma, charity, dana, and compassion, daya, respectively. Indra is the god of the skies and declares his presence with thunder. Thunder also represents anger and ferocity, an awakening call, loud noises, and the march of elephants and soldiers in the battlefield. That's why Mommy was scared of thunder. Okay, so thank you. Now, da, 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 Radha. So where does has anyone explained what is this Ra and the Dha of Radha? So, to be or not to be. Radha, Japanese tattoo designs. So, Krishna's Lord of entire universe. No, I need to know. Yes, but I need to know what a Radha is. Who has explained about this? So, later on, maybe I'll come back to this. And battery is very low, 17%. And so, unconditional being. Anything maybe about the verses to testify, am I not your Lord? So nafs. So little knowledge, I have to check all this now in my Shia books, nafs, whether in the Kafi, let me just check now, it's very interesting. In Kafi al-Kulaini, by Kulaini, Oh God, did the Imams say anything about, am I not your Lord? Your Lord. Just let me check this. Sorry, taking time, and I haven't paused my video. Oh Lord, make me know your messenger. This is a prayer now, holy books. Kitab al-Kafi. Accordingly, in this hadith, also contemplation, following today as having speak takallamu about the creation. Oh God, nothing direct. I mean, we say that the Imam speak in parables for those only who sincere people who would understand, but the insincere people cannot understand the parables if you would not make me know your messenger. It's about Vilaya. I want to go to the God, the intellect. God told the intellect to come and it came, and so in that it's scattered narrations are there. I can't find it. So, and in the Quran we are told, you see here we are told little knowledge. So trying to discover little knowledge have we given you about the soul, right? Little knowledge have we given you. Oh yes, I found it. It's in Surah Al-Isra, verse 85, 17th chapter of the Quran. Going inside Qurano.com. And they ask you, Muhammad, about the soul. Say the soul is of the affair of my Lord. And you, i.e. mankind, have not been given of knowledge except a little. Then how will we find out? How are we going to find out? And that if you ask something, then you know it's really terrible. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Alunaka anera ruhu. This is spirit. Min amri rabbi wama. Spirit. This is not nafs. And they ask you, Muhammad, about the spirit. Say the spirit is of, because ruh is spirit. Nafs is soul and little knowledge. So this is it. Surah 17, verse 85. So this is the spirit. So we're going here and there. And I'm stuck. I was literally stuck when I was a Shia. I couldn't find out. They ask your prophet about the spirit. This is better. Say its nature is known only. We can know God like only through the prophet, whatever the channel and whatever the limits are of knowing God. Say its nature is known only to my Lord. And you, O humanity, Quran.com translation. The soul is of the, again, soul, where's the spirit? Yusuf Ali translation. They ask thee concerning the spirit of inspiration, say, now say the spirit cometh by command of my Lord. Of knowledge it is only a little that is communicated to you, O men. Continue. Now what shall we do? Now we are stuck. So it's loading, and when you press to favor, evil touches him. Oh, this is terrible. Where the truth has now arrived and falsehood. Say, oh my Lord, let me enter. Where did that verse go? I'm sorry, looking for that verse. 85. They ask you. So I just want to go to 86 now. It's a slow process, really. And they ask you, 86. And if we willed, we could surely do away with that which we reveal to you. Then you would not find for yourself concerning it an advocate against us. These poor people, they asked something. Say, everyone acts according to his own disposition, but your Lord knows best who it is that is best guided on the way. And they ask you, O Muhammad, about the soul. Say the soul, spirit. It's ruh. So this is in the word by word Arabic, it's written in English, the soul. Whereas ruh is, you know why ruh is spirit? Because ruh is spirit. Because ruh Allah, Jesus is the ruh Allah. And you know, this is not the soul. Nafs is soul. Let me just pause here. Sorry, I think I found it. I was reading in Surah Araf, 7th Surah. Okay, which is the 7th Surah? Surah Araf, right? Verse 144. Mahsen Khan, Allah said, O Musa, I have chosen you above men. So I'm looking for, I've chosen you for myself. So hold that with. Maybe I should go to Surah Taha. It was in Surah Taha I read. So, Nafsi man. Moses said, Lord, open my breast for me. Where's that? Chosen you for myself. Oh my God, this is all Aaron, my brother, strengthen me. Verily you have already watched over us. He said, Moses, your petition is granted, it's your prayer. We have again bestowed favor upon you. Put the baby in the chest and then throw him in the river, and then enemy of mine, enemy of his will take him. And I spread my love over you in order that you might be reared in my sight. And I spread my love over you. Remember this, Surah Taha verse 39. Recall when your sister went direct you. I've chosen, no. So this is not Quran.com. 39. Quran.com. Surah Taha verse 39. Surah Taha verse 39. Sorry, this is quite slow. Just searching, discovering online. Through the chat. Where's Quran.com? I have to check. There's no. Oh God. Quran.com. I have to check. Verse 39. So. Put him in the chest and put him in the river, enemy, and I blessed you with love from me, from mine enemy to just, does it say nafs or ruh to him? And I cast over me love from me, no nafs. And that it doesn't say here. Under my eye. Where's the nafs one? So I have to go through all this. Continue. And I have chosen, cast, and that you would be brought up under my eye, and we favored you when your sister, but we saved you and tried you and remained some years. You remained. Then you came at the decreed time of Musa. And I produced you for myself.
واصطنعتك لنفسي.
Yes, here. I got it. Verse 41, Surah Taha. And I have prepared thee for myself. So this is nafs. Musa is nafs Allah also. Okay, so this is the nafs. This is the soul. Because Jesus is spirit of Allah, ruh Allah. Le nafsi. Yes. See? Okay, I'm so overwhelmed right now. I'm going to take a break and then continue later. Thank you so much.